Unit 3. Family Relationship. Page 73. Focus on reading. Task 2.
Teen terror. A father was jailed last week for restraining his daughter. George Trimble was jailed for a few hours last week for physically trying to prevent his 15-year-old daughter Susie from going to see her boyfriend. He held her by the wrist, but she managed to escape. Later, she told the police he'd assaulted her, and he was held at the station for questioning. Susie has now dropped the assault charges, and the family is trying to patch things up. George's story. I am a respectable businessman, and all I'd be trying to do was keep my daughter away from drugs and bad company, and I ended up in a police cell. I've got two daughters, Helen and Susie. Helen's 17 and Susie's 15. I've had no trouble with Helen, apart from a bit of bulimia. Susie's the problem. She used to be a lovely girl with her dolls and toys, but a few months ago her behavior started to deteriorate. She started dating people who were much poorer than her and staying out later at night. It was really worrying and annoying. Her American boyfriend was colored and much older than her, not at all suitable for her. We had some rows about this, and after one row she stormed out and went missing for a whole weekend. I think she was taking drugs. So then I started physically to stop her going out. But one night she went out when we'd gone to bed, and in the early morning the police brought her home. So I told her, "You see what happens?" I told her she'd only got herself to blame. After that I hoped she would start listening to me, but she didn't. Then last week she wanted to go out again. I had had enough. I told her, "You are going to do as I tell you." But she shouted she'd do what she liked. I grabbed her by the wrists, but she pulled herself free and ran out of the house. I was sick with worry. And then the police came and arrested me for assault. I was taken to the police station like a common criminal. After a few hours they released me on bail, and I haven't been charged. But it was really unpleasant. I'm just a normal father trying to save my little girl. My girls were lovely when they were younger. I drove them to piano lessons and drove them back. My wife always made sure they were dressed really nicely. We gave them everything we could, the sort of things I never had when I was a child. They were my pride and joy. I don't understand this rebellious stuff. I never spoke back to my parents. I never went out drinking. In those days, if you didn't like something, you just put up with it. I was working when I was 16, and I've spent my life building up a business for my family so they would have a better future. And now this. I feel like my world has fallen apart.